त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
Hello everybody, and welcome to day 16 of this series of 21 days of meditation, all about thoughtless awareness. And tonight I'm very pleased to be hosting and co-hosting, in fact, with Tyrone.
Hey everyone, I'm Tyrone.
Actually not, on Zoom as such, or actually together in the same room. So nice to see you, Tyrone.
Yeah, no, we can do this.
We can do this.
Yeah.
High five. We're really excited because tonight we've got Troy presenting a session together with some very special musicians who are going to be playing some live Indian classical music. And so the topic really is how music, the right sort of music, can take you into a deeper silence. And so Tyrone, what's your experience with, how music might have helped you with meditation along the years?
Yeah, just sometimes, you're better off meditating with silence, and sometimes, putting some music on can really help. Yeah, music is really universal, if you study even a little bit of music, if you hear a major key, it's happy for everyone. If you hear a minor key, it's a bit more serious or sombering for everyone. And in the same way, any music, it's really got that universal language that, when we hear also meditation music, seems to have that effect for everyone. Even though it's not a language that we learn, but we all feel the same way when we hear those sounds, which is amazing.
Yeah, so maybe we all have our story, but before we continue, why don't we bring Troy in, our presenter for tonight. Hey, Troy.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Good. Yeah, so welcome, and we're looking forward to, I guess, we're looking forward to all the different aspects of meditation. Tonight we're sort of focusing a bit more on music, but I guess the key, the overarching thing is the meditation. And as Tyrone said, music is just one way or one thing that can help you to to clear away the clutter and kind of really get to the heart of what this is all about, which is thoughtless awareness. What do you say to that, Troy?
What you're talking about is great. And hello to everyone else that's on the internet world tonight. Thanks for joining us. But yeah, one thing when Tyrone was talking about the universal language, I got, I heard Shri Mataji actually speak about this, about the rhythm of music. It's like when we're in our mother's womb, there was a rhythm of our mother's heartbeat, and that really soothes us and like gives us some sort of feeling of disconnection, I guess, with this greater energy. And our mother, she's the one, our life force, basically. So the rhythm in music, I heard Shri Mataji mention about that, and that's a really key aspect I found, or I realized that, yeah, the constant rhythm, like even like chanting, some mantras she spoke about, or just doing something that's rhythmic, like playing a drum or, the tabla, or, anything that it really helps the heart, I guess, and that feeling of to settle you down and bring you back into the balance, and also that helps the meditation through the connection of a greater energy that's around, like we were in the womb, we're connected to our mother. So when we're outside the womb, the music can help us connect to this all-pervading power around us and center us and help our meditation.
That's actually, so it starts even before we're born, really. And, even like the real focus of everything we do in Sahaja Yoga is vibrations. We talk about vibrations, and actually music is just a physical or a gross manifestation of vibrations, because vibrations are nothing but a rhythmical movement, something that's got a pulse, that's got a rhythm to it. So they're all kind of different aspects of this subtle vibrations that we're trying to access. And
very primordial sort of thing, isn't it? Really, the rhythm.
Very primordial thing.
And it's just really grounding as well, like connecting, and it's a very and like you said, the vibration. It's also the elements, isn't it? The elements are involved with music, isn't it? Because it's the ether and the
air elements.
You're using all the elements like we do in Sahaja Yoga. So it's, and our beauty, it's helping when we're singing or connecting. There's a lot of natural elements involved as well, which help us be in balance as well, which we do use in Sahaja Yoga with the foot soaking and the candles and the ether. So that's all involved as well, isn't it? There's a lot with music when you look at it.
Yeah, well, like they say, in space, no one can hear you scream, which basically means that without the air element, there's no music. Although from my sort of limited understanding and study of Indian classical music, I know it's something very interesting that there's actually two branches to it. And one half of Indian classical music is all about the struck chord, in other words, sound that you can hear. But there's a whole other branch, which is what they call the anahat nad, which just simply means the unstruck chord. So music is not just about the vibrations and the sounds that we hear, the rhythms and so on, the melodies, but also about the silences in between. And you kind of have to have both to give it that sort of, you can't sort of have one without the other, or you can't have sound without the absence of sound as well. So I thought I'd just throw that in because
that's great.
we are focusing a little bit on Indian classical music with tonight's live performance. So maybe we'll, what do you reckon, Tara? Shall we pass over to Troy for a guided meditation?
Sounds good.
Okay.
We all just raise our Kundalini while we're here together and put on Banda.
Good idea.
Yeah, okay. So for those, I heard some people have been encouraged to foot soak. If you'd like to give the vibration to your water, so you can just give it, spin it, and have the intention that this water will clear out my negativity, purify my system. So you can just say, yeah, Mother, please give this water vibrations to clear out any negativity. And for those that aren't foot soaking, we can just use the natural earth element that's around. If you're sitting on the earth, you can put your hands actually on the earth, or you could face your hands towards the earth if you're on a chair. And the earth is another element that would be used in music. The earth is like a living rhythmic being. It has energy moving, and it has a vibration, and it has a rhythm, the Mother Earth. So we can connect to this energy just by placing our hands or having our attention on our lower Muladhara chakra, which is the base chakra, and putting our attention into our hands, this energy, just feeling this energy from the Mother Earth to clear and to ground us, to connect us with this powerful healing energy. And it's very good for clearing the left side. So we can just ask, Mother, please clear my left side. Please remove all those things from the past that are troubling me, that are keeping me stuck. Please draw that out of me into your greater being. Please remove all those things from the past that are troubling me, that are keeping me
sort of limited.
The salt is also earth, and that's drawing the element, it's drawing the negativity from your feet when you foot soak. So those foot soaking, that's why it's really great for the lower chakras, regularly foot soak, especially in summer when it's hot. And the cool water can really cool you down, the right side. So we'll just clear the right side now. So for those who aren't foot soaking, you can also clear the right side by using your ether. So just putting the left hand up like a chimney, and the ether can come up. So we just ask Mother, please cool down my right side. Please take away the heat from my overactivity, my futuristic planning, my ego. So you can bring the hand down, and we can just raise strands of Kundalini in the center channel now. This is with a balance where we want to be, the ideal state for meditation in the center. So just raising this, having your attention in your hands and then up to the top of your head can help just to bring strands of Kundalini up, and also it brings your attention up to the top of your head, the Sahasrara, where you want to have this connection, this all-pervading power that's around. Also remember to breathe deeply, can help for the heart. So the music is in the Swadhisthana chakra. Looks after the creativity, where we can appreciate beautiful things and be creative. And music's all around creativity, to produce music, and also just to enjoy it, to feel the connection with it, and to feel the peace, the calm, all in this Swadhisthana and Nabi area. So if you like, we can just move our hand and just do some, we call this like spinning this vibration, this chakras. We can just say, Mother, please give me the pure creative knowledge. Please help me to be satisfied and in peace, so I may enjoy the beauty that's around. Just flick that off onto the Mother Earth. Raise some Kundalini strands, tension on the top of the head. We'll just have a little quiet, silent meditation just for a few minutes. So we have a few little mother talks. She's just explaining a little bit about music and how it affects us and its purpose for a higher spiritual evolution, and how we can use it to help our ascent and help us to grow in our spirit. So we can just play those now and just stay in thoughtless awareness and keep your attention above your head while you listen to what Shri Mataji has to say. Just feel the vibrations.
We have to know that a balanced personality has to be achieved. You have to have creativity. Creativity is there, of course, works out in your Kundalini, the creativity comes up. But you must have the technique to express it. And the third thing is the sweetness, the understanding, or I would say the rapport with the audience. Where to pull which string, electrical, guiding is easy. And especially his notes are not full, they are two missing, I think, in his sitar, which I saw. Without that, how he pulls it up and plays. And the son also has a good way of playing with 3 fingers. I saw was a different style. It will be very appealing to people because that creates mirth. So we should go to the essence of it and see for ourselves and not worry as to what is the tala, what is the raga, what is this. That's not for us personally. We have to just enjoy without reacting to it in thoughtless awareness. Just enjoy the whole creativity. Not to worry too much about what is the raga is, what is the note is now. For example, he played a very, I would say, a very unique type of well. He's brought everything, every style, like Tappa style was also that he played. So, I mean, it is really, I've never heard such a thing before. So, it's a very unique style of creating like this. And as long as we are creating newer and newer things without compromising with the, say, our system of raga, means, you see, it should be rag. Rag comes from energy, ga means which moves, you see. And also the Divine Mother's protection is called as Ragancha. Means, you see, the energy which moves in such a subtle and a beautiful manner that it gives you a protection, and in that protection your dimensions touch the heavens. It's like that. And this is created, this Ragancha is created by our music. The lilt and the rhythm, these are all factors which are so balanced that unless and until you have a balanced personality, you cannot understand. Here our eyes are towards the sky, we're looking at the stars walking, and here our feet are on the Mother Earth. In such a beautiful manner, if you hear this music, then you will know what it is. To me, it's heavenly, and I'm very thankful to you, Vibhu. Very much thankful, my child.
Yes.
Really, and you feel me.
My privilege, my honor.
Saying all this is too much to you.
Thank you to me.
You see, so if my love can really create all this, I'm thankful to this love that has done all this good work for all of you. May God bless
you. Music has a way of carrying these divine vibrations on it. But music has to be divine also. The music which is erotic or something very base or very related to something very ugly doesn't work out. But if it is a proper music of a proper type, then it communicates. But that discretion only comes after realization. That, now Indian classical music, I don't know how many of you have listened to it, but it's a very, very deep music, very deep. I mean, nobody can sing like that, nobody can play like that. This much I know, whatever may be the quality of people in the West in that. It's a very difficult thing. And it's played spontaneously. And it's a very difficult thing even to understand and to appreciate. But when these people got realization, now they enjoy it so much, just automatically. They enjoy it. So, you see, what you enjoy there is the vibrations. You feel the cool vibrations and you start enjoying it. You see, the other day I was in Cincinnati and 3-4 children came very sweetly standing before me, about 10, 11 years of age. They said, "Mother, thank you very much. We enjoyed your lecture very much." I said, "Really? What did I say?" "That we don't know, but we enjoyed." And they were sitting very quietly throughout, all the children. Would not move out, would not run about, anything. I was so surprised, but we enjoyed, that's the point. Because these vibrations, these cool vibrations, they soothe you down. Children enjoy. You need not understand it, but it soothes you. Because this music, the good music, I should say the music which is congenial, carries the waves of vibration.
So if you're doing a foot soak, you can rinse off your feet, and maybe we'll just raise that kundalini, put on a bandhan for everyone else. So we were having some music coming on with a special guest. Richard's here. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Richard. Tyrone. Yes, he's just running a couple of minutes late, so he won't be too long away. But we have Nick joining us today to introduce our special guest. So if Nick could come on, that was a beautiful meditation, Troy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
There he is. Hello, Nick.
How are you going? Good evening, everyone.
Thank you. I will leave the floor to you and Richard and Tyrone. You can grill Nick a little bit, Richard, Tyrone. He's a musician here about the music and meditation.
Good to see you again, Nick. It's been a while.
Yeah, I was enjoying your introduction, like your points about the music earlier on. And I think Shri Mataji really encapsulated the essence of like the benefit of having Indian classical music for our meditation, and how it brings the joy. Like listening to music can bring so much joy, and it's a balance, a soothing, a peace giving art form that we've enjoyed for so long in Sahaja Yoga.
Indeed. And I might just take the opportunity to introduce Nick a little bit for those who don't know. Nick, have you joined us on this 21-day meditation before, Nick? I think you have.
Yeah, I've played a bit of music on a few of the evenings.
That's
Please
right.
talk about him, though. He was very shy, so we didn't talk much about
Well,
him.
I just wanted to say that if you've joined us before, then you might already know, but Nick studied Indian classical music in India, I guess in different places, but certainly in the Sahaja Yoga Music Academy in Nagpur. And I spent some time there myself, but only a short period of time compared to Nick. And Nick does something a little bit unusual, I guess, in that he uses a saxophone to play these Indian classical ragas that Shri Mataji was referring to. Nick, do you want to elaborate a little bit on how the saxophone fits into the lexicon of Indian classical music, for those that don't know?
Well, I think you've covered everything there, Richard. It's a little bit unusual, but not being an Indian instrument. But it definitely works for Indian music. I guess there are other instruments that have been adopted into Indian music, like slide guitar from Hawaii, and violin, harmonium. What else? Can you think of anything else?
Yeah,
The
harmonium.
main ones.
Yeah, I guess, and also we just listened to a beautiful piece of music on the Chennai,
Yes.
following Shri Mataji's talk there, and I was just contemplating while we were listening to that, they all have their own feel. So there's not just the melody, the raga, the rhythm, but then there's the actual instrument itself. They all have their different kind of effects, even down to the level of resonating with specific chakras. And so, for example, the Shenai that we were just listening to, particularly resonant for the bottom chakra, the Muladhara chakra. And it's a, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, but it's a reed instrument, and I suppose it's a little bit comparable to something like a clarinet. So, yeah, I mean, instruments, like people, might have originated from different countries, but ultimately it's all about, you know, the human experience and the effect that they have on us.
Yeah, no, that's very true, Richard. And yeah, Shenai has like a double reed, so like similar to a bassoon or an oboe. But yeah, it's a powerful sound, and like it's been used for centuries in India, in like outdoor music, like ceremonials, like weddings and other ceremonial music. It's a real powerful instrument. Like quite a strong sound, as we could hear in that recording. And it was introduced into classical music sort of 100 years ago or so. And yeah, it's a beautiful instrument, but yeah, very powerful, nice to meditate to. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and I guess from a Western music perspective, there would be some similarities between the Shenai and your own instrument, which is the saxophone. And of course, there are different types of saxophones, but you know, when you're really cooking on the sax, it can have that same sort of brilliance that the Shenai has as well.
Yeah. Wind instruments are powerful, and I think you touched on it before, that the breath. You know, like there's that. We have the breath in meditation. We control the breath and do different things with our breathing. And definitely wind instruments and vocal music, the breath is so important. And I mean, even in non-wind instruments, like string instruments and percussion, it's still that element of breathing and heartbeat is such an essential quality to any type of music, but particularly in Indian classical music. Yeah.
And even talking like we are now.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, so we're going to be joined shortly by Shaktidhar. Nick, while we're waiting, would you like to introduce a little bit of what we can expect to hear from Shaktidhar and
yeah,
how you know him?
Yeah, I have met him before, and I mean, he's an amazing musician. I'm not sure exactly what he's presenting tonight. He might even take us through a guided meditation. Like I did read that a moment ago. So it might be, he might play the flute for us, or a combination of guided meditation and bamboo flute. But yeah, he'll have something very nice, and it's going to be a real treat for all of us to have him on. He's based in Bangalore in India. Yeah, I'll give you a bit of an introduction once he's on the call. Hopefully he'll be there soon. But yeah, he's also been practicing Sahaja Yoga for many years. And you know, when Shri Mataji was alive, you know, you know, he was blessed to receive her patronage, and you know, he performed many times for Shri Mataji, and also, you know, for Sahaja Yogis around the world. So yeah, it's great that he's joining us this evening. That's really awesome. I think we'll all enjoy that.
Yeah. Would I be right in assuming that Shakti was at Nagpur around 99-2000?
Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah. So
that's when I was there, and there was a young man playing the flute, basically. So I guess there's a possibility it might be the one and the same person.
I think it is.
Yeah, okay,
so just
right.
for all for all the people on the call, Sahaja Yoga, like Shri Mataji started a music academy in a city called Nagpur in India. in the 90s. And yeah, I was lucky to study there. And there were other music academies set up in like in Vaitarana in India and in Italy as well. So yeah, Shri Mataji really emphasized music and the arts generally, yeah. And we were so lucky like to visit those places in the past. Yeah. So I think Shakti is still a few minutes away. Perhaps we can have a brief meditation. Richard or Troy, would you like to lead us in that?
Great idea.
Sorry to put that on you like that.
To-
But I am getting a few messages on the text that we just got a few minutes wait still.
Well, that's a great suggestion. Yeah, let's do that.
So you do it, Richard? Or do you?
Yeah, well, let's just yeah, we can just all of us just keep our hands on our lap and just intersperse, you know, the wonderful conversation we're having with some silence and thoughtless awareness. So we can just, as you were doing before, Troy, we can just raise our Kundalini, just using our right hand, just sweeping up from the base of our spine, right down from the bottom, just coming up very gently, and then just touching the top of our head to bring our attention up here, above and beyond the mind and all its limitations and all the noise. Once we've done that a few times, then we can just bring our hands back down, palm upwards on our lap, and just sit quietly for a few minutes and just feel the vibrations and enjoy the sound of silence, which, as I mentioned before, is actually music in itself. Just being aware of the breathing. No effort involved, just awareness. Perhaps you can feel like a coolness crossing the palms of the hand, like a cool breeze. These are the subtle vibrations that we refer to. Maybe one hand is cooler than the other, just indicating that different parts of our subtle system are at different stages of clearing. So while we're not doing anything as such, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. Our heart is beating, our blood is circulating, the air is dropping in and out of our lungs, and this Kundalini and all the chakras are flowing and spinning, giving us balance and giving us a connection with this all-pervading power and with each other in the process.
Richard, would you like to do the ma, the sound for the heart? That's the note. Is it the ma for the heart chakra?
Yeah, sure. Well, why don't you do that, Troy?
What? Because there's a sound, so we can all just put your hand on your heart, and we can. Every chakra has a sound, a unique sound. So for the heart, this one is ma. So we just do this. Let it out through your vishuddhi, open your vishuddhi, and we can just do it together. Just say ma. Just take a deep breath and just hold it as long as you can. The next one. Ma. Again.
So it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Shaktidhar Iyer, who is one of Indian classical music's shining stars. For the last 25 years, he has been playing Indian bamboo flute or bansuri at music festivals across India, as well as touring internationally to Europe, North America, the Middle East, Asia, and Australia. Shaktida also performs music for theatre, film, television, and radio. He started playing bamboo flute as a child and has he's also studied with Pandit K.S. Naik, as well as the late Pandit Prabhakar Dakre, and continues music studies with Pandit Rajendra Prasanna. So far in his career, Shaktida has won many awards, and we wish him all the success for the future. Shaktida has been practicing Sahaja Yoga meditation for many years and has been blessed by the patronage of Her Holiness Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi, the founder of Sahaja Yoga. Welcome, Shaktida, to our online meditation, and thank you for making time to be with us.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you to present my music here. Can you all hear me? It's clear?
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So music is something which is very, especially Indian music, what I practice is very deeply integrated with spirituality. So, and music can really help us enhance our state of meditation and also help us to gain that focus and the attention and the mood we need for meditation. So even though music is powerful enough to do all this, but when this Kundalini awakens and comes onto our Sahasrara, that is when we can experience this music in a different way. Otherwise, we are still stuck to our mind, like who is playing, what is being played, and all these things. But when we get beyond our Sahasrara, that is when we enjoy the purity of this music, the real essence of this music. So today I'm trying to play Rageshri, which is a night melody. And so I'll just try to play some alap. You can all just sit without any thoughts, try to be thoughtless, try to be in that state of meditation while listening, not thinking to what is being played, how is it being played. Rageshri for you all.
Well, Shakti Da, that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. And you
Thank you.
mentioned that rag was Rajeshwari was an evening rag.
Yeah, Rageshri.
And so in Western Australia, where we are at the moment, it's 7 p.m. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that I'm fortunate enough at the moment to be staying in the countryside, and it just really, I could, that feeling that you get when the birds and the animals are settling for the evening,
Yes.
your rendition of the raga exactly reflects that feeling that I've been enjoying these past few months. And
Great,
it's
great.
just in synchronicity with the time of the day that we happen to be here at the
Our
moment.
music is very much related to nature. So we get, I think, most of the inspiration from nature. So whenever we go to the countryside or when we by the lake or something, just the inspiration is so much that, and you know, I really like to do music in nature. So, but
Yes.
I am glad that you could enjoy that while I am in a very studio environment, but you could enjoy that in nature. I'm so happy for that.
Yes. And Shakti, I know you were getting ready to join us earlier when we were talking with Nick, but I mentioned to Nick that you may not recall, but you were in the Music Academy in Nagpur in 99, 2000.
Yes,
And
yes.
yes, and I was there for just
Yes,
a
of
short
course.
time, around 6 months.
I remember.
And when we're talking about the nature, I mean, the environment there in Nagpur, on the outskirts of the city of Nagpur,
Yeah.
was very much, you know, evocative of, or the music rather that you've just played is very much evocative of that evening time that it just brought it all back to me. That
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. And it was many years now, but I do remember you. So you've been playing flute now for such a long time, and
Yeah, that
it
was
really
the
shows.
Nagpur was the beginning of my music as a profession. Till then, I was studying, so that
Yes.
marked the beginning of my musical journey, and I owe all my musical foundation to Nagpur. My gurus there, Pandit Prabhakar Thakre ji and Pandit Avanindra Shivlikar ji. So they have given me lot of love and musical knowledge, and I got a lot of experience in Nagpur, and that's the beginning of my musical journey.
Wow. And here you are today. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shakti Da. I guess we have to slowly now wrap up for tonight after listening to that beautiful music. We just have to remind people that we're continuing for another 7 days or so.
Yeah, until Sunday.
Until Sunday. Maybe Tyrone can just tell us about what to look out for as the 21 days continues. And thank you once again, Shakti.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just for this Saturday, the 28th, especially for those who've been following us on YouTube, on the 28th, we're doing workshops, which are one-on-one, which won't really necessarily be captured so much on YouTube. So if you want to talk to a Sahaja Yogi and work on your own particular challenges for your meditation, that's a great opportunity to go on Zoom on that day rather than watching on YouTube, and and then having a bit of a one-on-one session if you can.
Yes, thanks for that, Tyrone. Yeah, because the idea being that there'll be some regular practitioners of Sahaja Yoga there, and you might be able to just do some one-on-one, maybe like a little discussion, or maybe in small groups. I know with 30 odd people on Zoom, it might be a bit daunting to ask questions or anything like that. So that will be a great opportunity on Saturday, which is the second last day of the 21 days, to do that. So please join us on Zoom if you can. And if you've been using YouTube, just consider joining us on Zoom. So I guess we'll wrap up for tonight. We just want to thank once again Shakti Da, that beautiful live music on the flute, and thanks to Troy also for the wonderful presentation, an introduction to music and meditation, and to Nick, who was a long-time friend and colleague of Shakti's and a regular on this 21-day series as well. So, and somebody I haven't seen for some time. So thanks very much, Nick. Thanks to Mitya for the technical support, and to Rita, of course, who's the backbone in many ways of this 21-day series. So thank you very much, everybody, and join us again tomorrow for day 17.
Correct, yep, 17.
And right through to the end of the week. So thanks again, and good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Shri Mataji.